Hello and welcome people of the internet. My name is Jake Dragon 7 and welcome to today's episode of Let's Play Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So, in the previous episode we went through the pirate stronghold as well as the shipyard. Today, we're going to be searching out for the Sandship, but of course first we have to tell the skipper what we saw last time. Yep. So, of course, this time with dowsing, we're going to be using that to find the dungeon here. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of dowsing, but I mean, I think, in the course of this Let's Play, I've kind of realized how it's used is a little bit more reasonable than I initially thought it was. A little bit obnoxious, but hey. Now, oh god, my pointer just won't suck. Okay, so it looks like it's right over there somewhere. Well, not right over there, but it's in that general direction. So yeah, let's get cracking here. I guess you could say, you know, since we're at sea, let's get cracking. I don't usually think I make puns on this channel, but I do a lot with my friends, and it's, oh man. Puns are just so fun though. I mean, come on, no one can deny how fun it is to make a good pun like that. And yeah though. So, also one thing I guess I can mention now is, sorry this week's been a little bit weird with uploads. I had intended to record this on, I feel like I actually initially intended to record this on Saturday, but then I woke up late and I got super lazy and I'm like, no, fuck this, I'll just do it tomorrow, Sunday. Kind of the same thing, but I also had stuff to do later in the day, so there's no way I could have edited this by the end of the day anyway. And then, yeah, so I just figured since I have a lot of Mario Galaxy episodes recorded, well, actually I only have one more now, but I did have quite a few extra episodes of that series. I just decided why not. I'll just upload some of those to keep the week moving. And while I do want to keep this series moving faster, obviously, you know, keeping that series moving a bit, not entirely terrible. Real quick. So, oh boy, we're actually right on it then. Okay. Oh. Okay, we actually came right up close to it. So that made things a lot easier for me, because I don't imagine aiming that thing would be probably not too difficult, but also probably not particularly easy. Okay, though, so there is the Sandship. Of course, we have the dramatic dungeon entrances, as always. Although this time it doesn't really feel that dramatic, to be honest. I just think the scenery doesn't help it. You're climbing up a ladder. But yes, here we are. So I'm hyping this dungeon up quite a bit. Not quite as much as the Ancient Cistern, I suppose, but still, I have brought this dungeon a couple times, and I have to say, quite excited to play through this. This is yet another one of the dungeons in this game that's really great. And again, I said this before and I'll say it again. In my personal opinion, the strong point of this game are the dungeons, especially the late game dungeons. Not even specifically late, but like dungeon in the sort of second half or like second third last 2/3 of the game. Like the first two dungeons aren't terrible. They make for fine first and second dungeons, but they're not amazing. And yeah, I probably should have gone in here in the first place. But yeah, once you get to Linear Mining Facility, like the dungeons in this game, they start getting so much better. Even after the mining facility, like that's a fine dungeon, but like it's pretty good. But once you get to the Ancient Cistern, things start really ramping up. And I think a lot of people would say the Cistern's the best dungeon in the game. I mean, I kind of do remember enjoying that more than really any other dungeon. Except for one, which I think would be another top contender for the best dungeon. Or, you know, I guess what most people would say is the best dungeon. I think. Okay, no, not this room. I remember there being, although maybe it's actually something we already saw outside in Linear, but I feel like there is a room that's just like, this whole ceiling is covered in these little scorpions, so be careful not to get ambushed by that. But, yeah, this dungeon's definitely an interesting one. Okay, have some electric keys.
Alright, take those out.
So yeah. But so far probably doesn't seem too interesting, but like I said, this dungeon builds a lot. And I feel like the same thing kind of could be said for the Ancient Cistern. I mean, the start, it may not have seemed particularly amazing to some people. I didn't really get any comments on this, but I have a feeling this could be said about it. It might not seem incredible at first, but as the dungeon progresses and you see a lot of the way the basement works, and a lot of the just the fact it's a water dungeon too, that it was executed so well. I definitely think that would give it a lot of credit. I think the same thing can be said here. So obviously different mechanics. There are things we'll see later on that are very, very well done, particularly here. Might give you a little hint as to what's going to be going on. I don't know why I just said it like that. Sometimes I just do that. I just randomly have this southern-ish, this crappy southern accent on the words I say. And it just bothers me. Or like there'll just be random times when I'll notice like the accent for like the area I live in. Like I don't usually have too hard of an accent. I mean, I'd say this is a pretty standard American accent that I have. But like sometimes, because I live in like the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast USA region, and sometimes I just get like the accent of some of like the bigger cities there, because I do live near a major city around here. Not in one, but near one. And sometimes there's just certain times I'll say something and I realize how much I have that accent. Like right there. Well, actually I don't think that would have been the accent, but still. Yeah, sometimes I just say things, particularly vowels, really weird. And it just bothers me. Like I'm going to cringe a lot while editing this, I can tell you right now. At least I have a feeling I will. Okay, so this is the room I was talking about, actually, with all the little scorpion guys. Now they're all dead. But, yeah, okay. I actually think that's the boss door right there. So we actually see the boss door really early in this dungeon. But obviously there's not much we can do about it yet. So there's going to be a lot more exploring. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm covering, I got all those bases covered, Fee. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, though, so, third statue there. Busting his barrels, I don't know. What else? Okay. To take us through the dungeon a bit more. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go for a pattern here. May as well take him out now. So, right here, of course, there are a lot of similarities to the mining facility with the use of the gust spellers. Kind of makes sense since this whole area is in the past. Or, I mean, the present, actually. I said this before, again, I think I said this before. This always confuses the hell out of me. Like, I always get the whole past and present thing mixed up here because it's the exact opposite of what you think. Which, again, is really why I love this area so much and why I think it's just so brilliant. But it definitely can confuse me at times. No lies there. Alright, though. So now my one question is, what's the actual order? Got a puzzle similar to this in the Ancient Cistern, but, you know, I kind of royally fucked that up. This time it's a little bit more obvious. I just don't know where the starting point is. So that doesn't help. Okay. Wait, how many... wait, I think I may have figured out what the order is. Wait, maybe? There's 2 there, and yeah, okay, so there's 4. Okay, so then it's bottom... It's bottom, top, bottom, right, it looks like. Yeah, let me try that then. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, bottom, top, bottom, right? Okay, there we go. The one in the Ancient Cistern wasn't even that hard, but I struggled with it a lot. The one here is definitely a lot easier, though, so... You know... Still a good enough puzzle. Alright, so what do we got in here? Probably a small key for that door from earlier. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, small key. How long are we going here? I know the last episode was super long, so I kind of want to keep this one a little bit shorter. I know it's really asking a lot from me for a dungeon. Yeah, usually the videos that take place in dungeons are the longest. But again, I know that last episode, because I did the pirate stronghold and the shipyard, that was kind of drawn out a little bit. And I'd rather not do that again here. But, you know, I kind of have to see how this dungeon progresses. I also kind of want to do some shorter videos, just not like all of them. I mean, again, some of the episodes are definitely going to be longer than others, but yeah, every once in a while I think it's a little bit better if I make a shorter one of these videos or a shorter Mario Galaxy. If I see one that's right around 20 minutes, I kind of get a little bit happy, to be honest, because it's like, well, for one, it's less for me to sit through and edit, which really is most important for these types of videos, for Galaxy and Skyward, but that's besides the point, I guess. I mean, that's one reason I enjoy the shorter videos, you know, less work. But of course, I also have a feeling it might be just easier for you guys to watch. Just, you know, a little less to sit through, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully, though, you can tolerate me for longer periods of time. I don't know. Okay, though, so heading through this door right here. And actually, you know what? This video might end up probably go a little bit past this, to be honest, but this could potentially be a good place to leave off the video. Again, though, it's a little early even for my tastes. Oh, for my taste. Anyway, besides the point, this is the dungeon's mini-boss. Alright. See here. So yes, here we are fighting the actual pirate captain now. Of course, it was kind of hyped up a little bit before the pirate stronghold, but we never quite got a chance to meet up with him. However, now we do. And yeah, it is quite an awesome fight. Not really defending me too much, actually. There you go. So basically, just have to deflect his shots and try knocking him off the plank. Of course, I actually think there might be several times you have to do this. There we go. Yeah. So actually, there's a few times, and each time there's a little bit less space behind you. So you have less room to mess up. Of course, though, if you could tell, this isn't a particularly difficult fight. It is very, very fun, though. Okay. And he just lost his arm and his blade, but he's still got that hook arm, so don't let his loss of power get to our heads. Yeah, like that. How much damage did that do? Oh, fuck. Did that do like 2 hearts? And yeah, I actually got really close to the end there, so. Oh fuck. Wow, this is going really poorly for me right now. Oh fuck, oh fuck. Oh god. I also really like how he's just like a skeleton. I think it's a really awesome design, and it's a great take on the Stealthos fights. So yeah, pretty good mini-boss in all honesty. I was kind of getting really focused at the end because this hook arm was definitely scaring me because it deals a lot of damage. But it's a very good fight. And again, like I was saying, I like it's a really interesting take on the Stealthos fights because the ones we fight earlier in the game are more like warrior-esque, whereas this guy was a lot more robotic for one. But it was also just a lot more like, yeah, it's futuristic, kind of the same idea in a sense, but yeah, it was a lot more robotic. He was a lot more rogue-ish. I don't know how to explain it. His fighting style felt a lot rougher than a lot of the other Stealthos, which I thought was pretty cool. And yes, of course, here we have the bow. One of the most famous Zelda items. finally shows up. Of course, it does... Well, let me think. So, in Ocarina, you get it. First adult dungeon, so forth. This kind of varies a bit from game to game. Usually the bow appears fairly early. I feel like this is one of the later appearances of the bow. But, yeah, it's alright. Alright, yes, there are of course points on this dungeon that seem great spots to use the bow on. Let's say what it is. I'll probably let this video go for about another minute or two. So I'll keep this one a little bit shorter, but not too much shorter. Actually, let me take a little seat here for a minute. Got some health back, because of course I did do pretty poorly in that last part of the fight. Alright. Let's go. So, of course, as you can probably imagine, the bow simply just works with the motion controls, and yes, it does zoom in on points, so you can see the points trying to hit a little bit better. And that gives us access to a time shift stone. So yeah, at this point in the dungeon, they do start actually playing a role. So, let's see what happens here. Well, we're kind of stuck in this form of the dungeon now, and it doesn't seem like we can go back to where we just were. But that is okay, because now we basically have a whole new dungeon to explore. As you can see here, we can actually kind of go up these ladders now, so yeah, we have plenty of new places to explore, but like I said, shorter videos may not be a terrible idea for this channel. So I'm going to leave that as what we accomplished in today's episode. So I hope you guys all found some form of enjoyment out of today's episode of Let's Play Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. If you did, maybe leave a like and maybe even subscribe so you can see the rest of the series. I do plan on trying to get uploads of this a lot more frequently now, because I do want to, keep moving along with this series. I've been running it for longer than it really should be running for. But yeah, so I hope to see you all in the future. Bye.